worst thing the 49ers did this season?
Can I give you worst and best? Can I give you both?
What?
Can I give you
Yeah,
worst and
best.
best? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
start with best because best.
I'm a hater over here, so I
Yeah.
need you to balance me out.
I mean, I'm definitely a little bit of a hater too. I've been a little bit mean to this team this year, if I'm honest. But the best thing by far, bar none, has been Dominic Pooney. Dominic Pooney has been the best guard in the
Yeah.
draft. And there's several guys ahead of him. I can just give you some of the names. We got Jackson Powers Johnson, we got Brandon Coleman, Isaiah Adams, Cooper Beebe, Christian Haynes, Zach Zinter. Those are the guards that were taken ahead of him. Do you know any of those? No. No one really knows any of them.
But maybe
People
I
know
heard
him
him from the draft. Like, I don't know how much I've heard of him actually in the NFL.
People heard of him from the draft and that fumble against the Chiefs that lost them the game in the final 20 seconds. Those are the two ways that you know him. Otherwise, nobody knows any of those other guys, and it's because they're not as good as Dominic Pooney.
There we go.
He was projected to be a future starter in the draft when he was drafted. He's an all-pro player this year, and if you disagree, you're just wrong. I'm sorry. I've been watching him consistently all year. He has been incredible. He's had a little bit of a
up until I can't remember the last two games, but up until week 13, I think is the last time I checked, he was the highest rated offensive lineman on the team.
Yeah. Yep. And he was for a really long time. I think Trent then took it over, but now he's second and it's easy. And the combination of them two has made this offensive line from being one of the worst in the league to being a kind of middle of the pack. Them two is doing that. And the thing that I love about it even more is that I think if they get one more guy, I think they're top 10. I think they're top 10 O-line. And if they got a top 10 O-line, this team can be really dangerous. The worst part about this team, though, it's been a lot of different things. I think for me, the biggest issue I've had with this season was overusing players, and more particularly overusing players that are coming off of injury. I'm pretty much solely talking about Christian McCaffrey. I remember seeing him getting used. Yeah. It was just
right away. Literally,
it was so bad.
First came back, every play. He was not on the field for 6 plays. His second and third game back, not on the field for 4 plays.
Yeah.
And then he gets hurt again.
Off double Achilles injuries too. Not like Achilles, in my opinion, is one of the worst ones possible. That's how you walk. If you get that hurt, you can't be expected to come in and play everything but 6 downs.
Especially, it's not like the running back who was in his place was doing so horrendous. It was this is scary.
Mason and Correndo were awesome
because it's the only way that we can run. You're actually running successfully without him. There's no reason to bring him back in that way.
Yeah, and I get it. Shanahan, I would understand it more if it was solely using him in the red zone, because the red zone deficiency this year have been terrible as well. It's been a dramatic fall off. But save him for that then. Save him for the red zone. Don't use him for every drive when Jordan Mason has been awesome. He was having broken tackles, yards after contact. Correndo looks like a new Mostert. He's so speedy and quick. I have complete faith in both of them being able to do what they do. Why use the guy that's a little bit older and is double Achilles injury? It makes no sense.
Wasting that running back room where they had all 3 of them healthy is so incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
Because instead of just force feeding one guy, they each had really unique and individual skill sets where they flourished, and where other guys where they were deficient were better. Mm-hmm. And I think if they could have used a running back rotation, 1, these guys still might be healthy, and 2, I just think it would have caught defenses more off guard. 1 less guy that you can just cue in on every single down. Yeah. I agree with you on
that. And it leads into next year too, of giving Mason all of those snaps that he got earlier in the year. If you continue that throughout the rest of the season, and assuming he didn't get hurt, and you continue it with Correndo, they're going to head into next season feeling way more confident, way better, being okay, well, when I get the rock, I'm ready. Now they're going to be heading into it knowing that they're probably behind Christian McCaffrey, and being well, I don't really know my role because I was great all year, and then CMC came back and he wasn't doing good, but they kept using him. It's well, how does that make them feel? What is that going to put their mentality in for the season? It's just, I feel like it's just going to really put a rope in what am I going for? The thing on the boat, the The motor. That's what it is. You're throwing a rope in there. You're just ruining it.
I was like, I'm not a sailor. I was thinking pirates.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no. It was a terrible, terrible analogy there, but I'm still rocking with it. I'm still rocking with it.
I agree with you. I think one of the best things that they accomplished this year was their draft class. Not just Pooney, Malik Mustafa, Renardo Green, everything maybe besides that first rounder, which is hard to say because obviously the whole getting shot thing.
Yeah, which by the way, that's something I've seen a lot of. I've seen a lot of fans right now being like, Ricky was a waste. How dare we do that? How do we pick Ricky? In my opinion, Ricky's been great. He's had some really good routes. It's just obvious that he hasn't had time to get any chemistry. I've seen him creating separation. I think next year he's gonna have a breakout season. That's my sleeper pick.
I like that. I thought last week if they would have given, and then even the week before that, split up some of those targets that they're giving to Devo, give them to Ricky and, one or two more to Kittle, one or two more to Jennings, but give Ricky 3 targets a game. He scored like a 75-yard touchdown a couple weeks ago and then didn't touch the ball for like 3 games.
Exactly. And he was open.
That is on him getting open. Maybe it's on him not getting his number play called or not getting his number called. I'm not sure, but I'm not 100% going to write him off yet. And I think the rest of the draft class far and beyond makes up for that first rounder, which is hard to say because they need to stop missing on first rounders. They got one this year. It's got to be a good one finally because that is a issue with this